Hi there, everybody. Hi, it's meteorologist Anthony J. I'm here updating folks. Thanks for tuning in onto my YouTube channel here, News and Weather. I'm updating you on some big weather news going across the country right now. It's this big storm, and you can see it on our radar here. This is our radar Omega, and this storm has been well advertised the last several days. And we have seen reported tornadoes, and I've heard some reports of possible injuries in southern Missouri, but nothing confirmed yet. But let me show you what's going on right now. As of right now, most of the action is in Missouri and also some into Arkansas. But really, let's zoom on in here. If you're watching, thank you so much for watching from the Midwest. I'm a new weather streaming channel, a meteorologist with several years' experience, and this is my new channel over here. I'm also part of Weather Valley. In the meantime, you can see that we are dealing with a serious situation for sure here as we are watching this storm system that is cranking. You can see it churning about the low pressure center over about southeastern Nebraska, but you can see as I zoom in here in Missouri, we are seeing severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings coming up. Anything in red is a tornado warning. Here, some of these have been radar indicated. Let me zoom in quickly on this. Montgomery City just got grazed. Weltsville in Missouri, you saw uh, some rough weather for sure. This is a radar indicated tornado. So tornado warning here that goes until well, at 7:46. They're watching the severe thunderstorm goes till 8 o'clock Central Time. It is not a observed tornado at this time, but there it is. So let me show you. The cell is headed to you in Middletown. It's headed to you in Bowling Green, Curryville, and Vandalia. Also, but the real action so far has been actually in southern Missouri. Now, let me show you this. Farther to the south, we've had tornado warnings in southern Missouri. This is just still, as of this time, a radar indicated tornado, but reporting tennis ball size hail. See that? Tennis ball size hail. That's almost baseball size hail. So you can, and that's still very large. So hail is rocking you right now in Rolla and St. James. You're getting hit now. Places to the northeast, if you're in Cuba, Bourbon, and on points to the north and east, I'll zoom in even a little bit more, and you can see where this is going over here. So we have seen some reports of tornadoes. We haven't had a huge number of them, but the potential is there, and this is a serious situation. There's no doubt about it. You can see the cell right there. As I zoom out back out a little bit here, you will see. I'm going to go a little farther south, and there's a nasty cell headed for you there in this town over here. Uh, Forgive me, I can't pronounce it. Rabadou, Upton, also getting hit now. So this is all moving towards the northeast. If you're in these towns here, like Sherrill, Licking, and maybe Ravenville, you're going to get hit. There are more cells forming to the southwest. So if you're in this area now, you're going to get hit again in an hour or two. So this is southern Missouri. Mansfield down here. You got rocked a few hours ago. That cell has moved away from you. There are some cells forming to the south of you. Now, I know this looks a little pixelated. That just happens with the radar as we zoom in real time. Farther to the south, in Arkansas, you got, you got storms coming down, and we have severe thunderstorm watches there. So we've had a slew of those. And that basically means the straight line winds and the hail, and of course, very heavy downpours. And we're watching for more tornadoes. So here is another broader view of the storm here. Again, farther to the south, you've got some storms trying to fire in Mississippi and southern Arkansas, but conditions aren't quite as favorable there for tornadoes. Now, I'm going to switch sources here in just a minute and take you to my web browser here, because I want to show you what the latest is on this storm system. Here's a look at the storm report so far, and you can see over 180 storm reports. It's not showing tornadoes yet, but if there's been at least one tornado that shuts down in southern Missouri. But you can see there's been over 130 wind reports, and they've all been up here. Even in the Kansas City area, we saw some wind reports as well. So I think things are improving. Well, things are improving now in the Kansas City area. Now, let me show you the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center. Again, this is the update from now till early Saturday morning. Anywhere in the orange and green, and I'm sorry, orange and red especially, it's a lot of real estate. Could get tornadoes, could get damaging wind gusts. Doesn't mean everybody will, but the potential is highest in the area red. And also orange. Chicago, you have a severe thunderstorm watch now. The storms will get to you after about 10 o'clock local time. Tornadoes aren't likely, but you will have damaging wind gust threat and hail threat as well. And the threat goes all the way down the Gulf Coast. But tomorrow, as you may have heard, is the day that we're really concerned about. You can see here, Saturday, there is a high risk, a rare high risk for Mississippi, Alabama. I would say that, this risk is even across northern Mississippi is going to be quite high Saturday, beginning Saturday morning and especially by the afternoon. It includes you there in the Nashville area and even Atlanta, parts of the Atlanta area, moderate risk. Now that won't happen until late tomorrow afternoon. But what this means is that this could be a major tornado outbreak. We're not going to see a huge number of tornadoes overnight, most likely. There will be some, and I'll show you where the latest watches are. But Saturday could be a very bad day. So we want to, if you're in these areas, if you're in Mississippi, if you're in Alabama, if you're in any of this area here, you see here, the bright colors, be aware, especially in the red and pink, you could get hit by a major tornado. If you are in a structure that's not sturdy, a small house, an RV or something, or mobile home, it's not likely that you would survive a strong tornado if it hits you. So I would have a plan in place to leave. If I were you, if I was living down here and living, say, in a mobile home, I would go somewhere else because it's going to be extraordinarily dangerous because you won't be able to survive if a strong tornado hits you directly. Here's a look at the severe thunderstorm or tornado watches across the middle of the country, and it's quite a bit. The worst of it is going to be in Missouri and this area here. And let me show you something here. The latest tornado watch that went up of these, this one right here is the bad one, the worst of them. It's rather large, but they're calling this a particularly dangerous situation. And this tornado watch goes till about 3 in the morning. Right now, there's not much happening around the area. So around Memphis and Jonesboro, Paducah, Cape Girardeau, and southern Illinois and southwest Indiana. It includes you in Evansville. So keep an eye to the sky tonight. These storms haven't gotten to you yet, but they're going to fire up as we go through the overnight. So you have to be aware of that. The tornado watch, this, like I said, goes to 3 a.m. Central Time. They're saying several tornadoes and a few intense tornadoes are likely. So the Storm Prediction Center knows what they mean. Hail up to about softball size. It's going to be potentially a very busy night. And I'm going to be watching the radars very carefully. So if you're in these areas here, I know there's nothing really going on now, but overnight there will. So let me just show you some brief tips here. Well, first, the hail sizes you can see here. We've had reports of 2.5 inch to 3 inch hail. So that's tennis ball to baseball size. That alone can cause severe damage to your cars. If you're outside, you can be seriously injured from hail hitting you. So don't go outside. Now, if a tornado heads to you where you are, remember these safety tips here. You want to go to a basement if you have one, a storm cellar, an interior room in the lowest floor with no windows of your home. And that basically means a home that doesn't have windows, away from the windows, especially like a bathroom, or a room that is inside your house, not around the windows. A bathroom is a good bet. A mobile home, a nearby sturdy building, or a designated shelter is better than your own mobile home because they cannot sustain winds much higher than about EF1. If you're in a high rise, a hallway in the center of the building. A hallway in the center of the building if you're in a high rise, away from windows. Don't go around opening windows, okay? That kind of thing. That's an old myth that if you open windows in a tornado, it's going to help with the air pressure. No, that's a myth. So I'm watching this very carefully. And like I said, the threat is going to continue. And although it's not especially busy right now as far as tornadoes, we're going to see more because there is a tornado watch. A bunch of those tornado watches that I just mentioned here. Here's the latest radar one more time here. And as I bring this up, zooming in where the action is, you can see central Missouri is getting hit. That tornado warning I mentioned, it was an observed tornado. The tornado warning is in effect until 8:15, about 10 more minutes Central Time. It could be extended for southeastern Maurice, northeastern Phelps County, and it's moving at 70 miles per hour, extraordinarily fast. It was near St. James, near Rolla. If you're in these areas, a confirmed tornado. So you are in the path. Let me zoom in right now. And that is you right there. St. James, we know you're getting rocked right now, and it's moving towards the northeast, towards Cuba, towards Leesburg, towards Bourbon. And it's training some to the southwest. So we've got extremely heavy rain and hail happening right now. If you are in any of these towns here, you need to get to safety. Like I said, get into an interior room of your house away from the windows. Don't go outside, and you should be okay. So I'm watching this severe weather outbreak as we go through the weekend, especially into Saturday is going to be the worst of it. So we praying for our friends down in Missouri and Arkansas, the whole area here, and down south tomorrow, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia. It's going to be a rough day for a lot of folks. We pray for the best, but we pray for the best, and we prepare for the worst. So have a safe night wherever you are tonight. I'll have more updates coming in. Thank you for tuning in, and add my channel and check out Weather Valet, which is the website and weather app that we have just started. And you can find it just www.weathervalet.com. Thank you, and be safe, everybody. Have a great one.